Well, hello again. I hope you have a good time and all that with this series. Now that we will begin, we will take a recap of what happened and what hasn't happened. We basically have our base set up more or less as we would like, for now at least. We got our farm, we got our rancher, and we have made it so that we actually have our oxygen mask over here, so that every time our duplicants is going to go out, they will take an oxygen mask on, so that they that's one of the things that's great. And then I don't remember if we actually got our doctor, because we built so that we actually got a place for our doctor, so we can go in and check on our dupes. And yes, we have a doctor. So all of that is good. This time, well, it's probably be most about exploring the map. We will of course finish this over here up, so that when we need refined metal, we can actually do it in a good way, where we don't lose a lot, we can actually gain a lot from it. So we will get that done. I'm thinking about we will take this polluted water down here, then we will take it up here, cool our melter, because it needs some cooling, and it basically don't care about what it is that we use. And then we can move it back into our reservoir here. That cannot take all the time. The other thing is, I would really like to see if I can find some better way to cool our colony, because if we look, we have a lot of, we don't have that much heat, but we actually got a lot of heat around us, and basically that is bad for us. It is something that is going to give us problems in the long run if we don't find a way to actually get rid of it. As you can see over here, this is actually starting to heat it up a little bit, not that much right now, but that's why we put the melter over here, because it will generate a lot of heat. So the thing is, we need to find some kind of way to deal with some of that heat, and since I'm not an expert in this game, and I know some of these vents that are here is actually freezing things instead. So I very much like to find one of those and then just circle things around. So to do that, we simply just need to explore. So the next couple of episodes probably kind of boring in a lot of ways, because it's not going to be happening that much. But I can see that there is some kind of vent down here, so that could be, maybe that's a freezer. It's a cold at least, so I don't know if that's a good or bad indicator, to be quite honest. But let's see how it goes. So let's hope that our duplicant actually is going to do some good work from us. I want to close this one off. Basically I want to close more or less most of our camp off, what we do, so that we can just dig some free space around us. So let's close some of it up. And then here we want a pumping station. And since we don't really care that much about the start of the pumping process, we will just take and run it up here. Oops. Over here. Another thing that we need to think about is these pipes. The thing that, since it's cold over here to some degrees, even though it's actually starting to get warmed up, we will have some problems with the liquid. Maybe not. If we go into the database and then we just for fun take water, say water, then we will see here, for example, that water turns to ice when it gets below minus, basically. It will become ice. So if this was pure water, which it's not, there is some, but this is polluted water. So if we go in and then just let's take care of that care package. He's actually quite good. If we go back in it again and then we say water and then we say polluted water, then we will see that freeze to polluted ice at minus 20 degrees. This is kind of important because if we go to the heating tab over here, then we will be able to see that there is a chance that the water that is going to stay here, it's going to break the pipes because it will be turned into ice, and then it will not be so it's not a liquid form, but it's a solid form. So we need to do something about that. And I don't know if we actually had a research. We actually don't, so there is something we need to research before we can get this done. Because there are some pipes where they are what is called it's isolated, so it will not transfer heat in the same way as on. So that's both good and bad. It means that we can keep, so it means that when it comes back, it will actually probably be hot enough to actually exit here, go over here and start cooling this area, and that will be great. Unfortunately, at some point it will get hot, and when it does that, it will be a bad deal, but this water will not last that long. But everything has a start. The next thing is that we can go 2 places. We can go up. Up here there will be space tiles where we can take all of our dangerous gases, useless gases, where we can take them basically and throw them out, because, well, we don't care about carbon dioxide, for example. So why would we not just throw carbon dioxide out? We will not open this since we don't know what to do with it. Well, let's look for the pipes that I actually want. Improved pipes, insulated pipes, and then we got radiated pipes. Insulated, well, it means they carries the liquid with minimal change in temperature, and radiated pipes carry liquid, allow extreme temperature exchange with the surrounding element, and that's good, both good and bad. So we will just say we research them both because they are useful. And we want to start finding out something. Maybe we should turn this one up to a little bit higher so that our digger can start doing some digging. Might as well just get up. This will get down here. We will wipe it up. At least I think we will be able to do that. I think maybe we should build an air vent tile over here, so maybe some of these gases can escape. Maybe they will escape. Maybe there's something we can... Might as well get that one. All of... Basically they are happy, so that's great, at least for us. But as you can see, we got plenty of coal, we got plenty of algae, plenty of dirt, so I don't think we will have a problem anytime soon with our sustainability of our camp. It's not to say that if we don't do something, then we will be in some big trouble at some point. But basically, it's not. We got time on our side. At least right now. look at our skill point. Our dark, well, he can become better. Our farmer, well, got all the farming. So let's try to suit up to the exosuit. Our researcher will improve carriage. But we need to start someplace, and well, why not do so that they can actually carry a lot more. Our stress is basically under control. Let's just continue digging up. And then just destroy. Oh, there are some loggers here. Rampage through, rampage through. Looks like everything is going good. Might as well cancel this because it's not going to happen. let's see. We should probably just make some of all of this. Maybe it will help. Assembly will speed up the rate which the absorb radiation. Allow them to manually increase radiation exposure. So we can give the cell this material while they're clearly sick or knock. Well, basically, it doesn't cost that much, but it costs coal. Might as well just. Duplicant can take more of the. Duplicant can take more of this to cure themselves of minor gem-based disease. Well, that sounds like a good idea. Allergy, a strong help to take. Well, this one is actually expensive to make because it takes blossom seed and we don't have a supply of that. If you don't have a supply, then it's probably a bad idea to. But if we do it like this, then there is a good chance that if they get sick, we can do something about it. I think it's better to try to say that the sweeping should not be a high standard or a high priority. This one should probably five. Well, it's kind of important that that one is running. Let's see if this is enough to do so that they will get some jobs done, because actually nothing is happening. It's going to take a while before any of this is going basically being made. But we are not in a hurry, so it doesn't really matter that much. Deconstruct, 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 deconstruct. Then there's the matter of power. How much power is basically not even chance of it to get overload is quite. There's not any dupe that seems interesting. If I was to get another dupe, if we go into the skill, then it should either be a one that is tiding. Because that is useful to us. So maybe we should try to get one of those, but let's see how it goes with our food. If it stays up here around the 60, 50 or 60 calories, then it's not a problem. But I will forever. How does the temperature looks? Well, it doesn't look great. I think it's better if all of this end up getting melted naturally that we end up digging it out. Because the ice will melt. As you can see here, it will melt. It's slowly, but it does melt. I'm very interested in what this is. Is there anything else that looks like it would be useful? Doesn't look like there are any more of these vents that I can see. Water weed. And what does that do? Water weeds thrive in salty water and can be harvested for fresh lettuce. No. Bleachstone and salt water. Why does it need two things? That. And we can destroy that too. Oh, looks like our research is done. But as you can see, the pipes here is basically probably around here. It would be a good idea to take it as another type. So if we go into pumping, and then now we got insulated. And can I just go in and say insulated? Oh, I need to deconstruct. Well, when you're new, you got to do things twice sometimes, I guess. So we will save this one tile, so we will go into deconstruct. Liquid pipes only. Now we are going to deconstruct that. At least I hope. The good question is, how do we get all of this down here without flooding our camp? So maybe we should just close this one up. Dig down here. Basically. Just clean the floor here. So that it will just basically drop all the way down here. I think that would be a good idea. but it will take time. Obviously it will take a lot of time before. Deconstruct. Deconstruct all. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not this. Well, there are some sassy food. I should be able to deconstruct these two things. It's funny how they actually want to work up more than they want to work down. You discover a fossil, at least a part of one, but it does not resemble any of the species we have encountered on this earth. Where did it come from? How did it get here? And what other question might these bones hold the answer? There's only one way to find out. New log entry. Ancient species. Yeah, a new ancient. First encounter, we discover a fossil. No. Okay, so at least that got down. So now we can go in and say that we want our insulated pipe from here and over here. And then I just hope that they will soon start to just build this. And we need some power to it too. That's the sad thing about it. But I think it's necessary if we want it to run. This thing here, well, it doesn't really have any uses. Maybe the eggshell to lime, but 5 key. Rump. Needs unmet. Maybe we need a tamer more. No, a rancher more because okay, that sure looked funny. How they was actually laying the next egg. Happy, 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 and happy. cancel that. So let's look here in the overlay. As you can see, it is slowly climbing down. And this is only with one air tile. Not like the whole floor filled with it. It's just one simple air tile. And it can do so much to get all the bad things down. So that's great, actually. Well, we should probably say that this one is a disabled building. I don't want it to be filled up with cold and then just start producing for no freaking reason. It's because if this get over the freezing point, must be that. So the next thing would probably be that this... I would like to just try, to be quite honest, to just use regular pipe to get this over to my base. Because I don't think it's... the liquid that will be here will be that cold. Maybe, well, maybe I'm wrong. There's only one way to figure out this stuff, and since I'm still learning, and I hope everybody else is too, it doesn't matter that I make a mistake. What matters is to learn from the mistake. So here's the thing. This one needs 1200 watts. Well, the co-generator will only provide 600, so that means that this will not be enough to run it. But the battery will be able to store more than enough for this to run. But the other thing is, if we look at here, the max power this wire can use is 1000 watts. So that will require 200 watts more that this wire is able to run through it. So we need the conducted wire instead. And it can take 2000s. And it looks like we don't have enough copper for that job, so Unfortunately, we will make some more. We will only make just enough for all of this to be able to run. Because if anything more than that will basically be a waste. I'm getting tired of sweeping this up. It makes, because they are not removing it, so it doesn't really matter that much. The automate. Oh, that was wrong. Deconstruct automation. Maybe it's not even. No, it's not even great. Automation. Oh, it's the one thing was the well. Actually, it doesn't matter. And this one should only ask for fuel when it's really low. Our builder is doing a fantastic job. It's just our digger that for some reason is doing other things that digging. This kind of don't make sense. Interest building, but is impairing building. So the building speed is basically, the bonus he gets is basically 0. But he got the execute training. Well. Well, one is actually got the tiding. We will get our tiding. That way we don't need to think too much. Research, skills, tidy, because then we could she could start to get all of the cleanup there is, and she will be happy about it. Well, it looks like we need some more. 2 more. After that, I think we will see if this is actually running, but we need this built first. As you can see, this one is actually heating up too. Everything is heating things up, and that's so sad. Actually kind of excited to see how this is going to go when we set this to run for the first time. And there's a fish looking for food. Well, if you're wild, you don't care, basically. Dang, there's a lot of polluted air here. I'm happy that they all got their mask when they're outside. I was actually wondering, I can actually put a pincher here. I actually think I will. It's not that cold down here. For some reason it's not that cold. Well, it is cold, but it's not. Temperature. But if we go into this one again, then every time we insert 100 kilos of copper ore, we will get 100 copper. And no, not 100, 50 kilo of copper and 50 kilo. And so that just means we only get half of what we actually insert. If we take the metal refiner here, our melter, then we will see that if we input 100 kilos here, we get actually 100 out, so it's 1-to-1, and that's really some great things. So that's why when we can start this, I will make some copper, because that way we don't need to think about when we use it as much as we actually do. Well, most of everything is actually starting to get back there. Maybe we should prepare for the next dupe. Furniture. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we will put down our just so everything looks the same. It's just looking at this getting. So when this is actually finished, it will start pump. And it will have a problem here. Pipe block because it's not built. Build this crap. I want it built. Now it starts to work. So let's see how this is going. Well, I want 20 because that's basically half of what we have. So let's look at our pumping situation. If it's actually comes in at 25 and it stays the same temperature basically. Maybe it was not necessary to do. Temperature has basically not changed. But as you can see, it's just draining this small pit. How about the temperature? What is here? A leaky oil fixture. Well, it's always good with some oil, but it's actually kind of sad because it's produced 300 in heat. Oh, maybe we should enable this one. Well, basically we are starting to end up at the end of this episode. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so far. I always do, or I wouldn't be playing this. So next time we will actually see this in action, and I will probably start digging up here to find space, and probably then end up doing some other things. I don't know what I will do, but I will do some. But anyways, next time we will see this in work, I think, and that will be Well, we got one more cycle left actually, so maybe we should just set this one up to a high priority together with this one, so that we can actually see if how the liquid temperature, if this is actually working, because I believe that the liquid will be hotter when it actually get out. I could be wrong. No, yeah. Unfortunately, it is cycle 70, so I will stop it here. So I will see you next time. So goodbye. See you.